And lawyers for R. Kelly want him released, saying his life is in danger behind bars. They filed an emergency motion this afternoon, claiming officials with the Bureau of Prisons are trying to have him killed.
I know he's not exactly Nelson Mandela or nothing, but apparently R. Kelly has been done wrong by the justice system. It's like a technicality. It's one of those criminal technicalities. You ever know a nigga that be like, yo, I'm innocent, like, of this crime. You're not saying he didn't do it. He's just saying the way that y'all did it, that wasn't right. You can't do it like that. And we have to play by the rules, particularly when these are the people enforcing the rules. All right, the title of this video is The Crazy Reason the Feds Hired Two Men to R. Kelly in Prison. All right, here we go. It's coming from Poetic Flocko. I'll put the link in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Kelly was found guilty on CP charges as well as running.
He killing me with this face he making. All right, I'm gonna shut up, y'all.
Criminal organization that trafficked multiple women. These allegations are very serious. So by no means is this video me co-signing R. Kelly or trying to prove that R. Kelly is innocent on those charges.
Us neither. Me neither. At all.
This video is strictly to address the conspiracy that prison officials tried to hire two men to murder R. Kelly. But R. Kelly's attorney held a press conference where he invited multiple news outlets, and he dropped the bombshell that they are accusing prison officials of hiring white supremacists to try to kill R. Kelly.
Attorneys are asking President Donald Trump to release their client immediately, saying prison officials have hired an inmate to murder him. Kelly is serving a 30-year sentence for sexual misconduct at a federal prison in North Carolina. Today, Kelly's legal team filed an emergency motion in Chicago federal court to get him out. They say they have a sworn affidavit from a terminally ill inmate who says prison officials offered him freedom in his final days in exchange for Kelly's murder.
Somebody said that on their deathbed. All right, let's see.
There have been discussions not only with Michael Stein, but as the motion indicates, we've recently received information from another inmate named Mr. Harris.
He got a country lawyer too. You can't beat a country lawyer. From another inmate, Mr. Harris.
And Mr. Harris has indicated that he too has been approached by the same lieutenant who's been...
His voice don't match his face though. I'm just saying.
...approaching Michael Stein, and that discussions have been had about poison in the food hall, about poison in the commissary. Discussions with Mr. Stein have been had about stabbings. These are the kinds of methods that have been discussed.
Two prisoners have came forward and confirmed that prison officials attempted to lure them in a conspiracy to murder R. Kelly. R. Kelly and his attorney is also claiming that they're trying to now get him out the paint. They're trying to murder him due to the ongoing investigation and civil suit he has against prison officials. So R. Kelly is uncovering a lot of illegal things that prison officials did during his racketeering case.
Yo, this is crazy. Free R. Kelly? Is that what? No, it can't be that. All right, let's have him break it down.
Motion alleges that the feds solicited a convicted sex trafficker who was Kelly's cellmate here in Chicago to steal correspondence between Kelly and his attorneys. They further claim the Bureau of Prisons transferred a leader of the white supremacist group to Kelly's prison in North Carolina with instructions to kill Kelly.
R. Kelly has an open and shut case against the government, and right now they're working in overtime to try to prevent the details from coming out. R. Kelly was officially charged with running a criminal organization. It was a racketeering and RICO case, where his criminal organization conspired and used systems to violate women. The charges when it comes to each victim is pretty much the same across the board. They would accuse R. Kelly of putting together a team and a system that would transport women, and he would solicit them for sexual favors. Some got paid, which is trafficking, and then others, they would claim that R. Kelly will coerce them and force himself upon them, and some they would claim were really young, so they couldn't.
Right, and this wasn't even. This was the second time, because remember he beat it from the one back in the days with the pissing.
And that's an additional charge. But a racketeering case is very hard to prove, and when the feds,
it's hard to tell the way throwing them things around
at their case, and they seen that they were trying to call victims from like 2009 and 8, they realized they needed more. They needed to turn one of R. Kelly's active girlfriends against him, because one of the girlfriends, Azriel Clary, The feds believe that R. Kelly got with her when she was really young because they spoke to her family, and the family confirmed that R. Kelly got with her when she was 17. So the feds knew that Azriel Clary was like a gold mine. If they can get Azriel Clary to come to court and testify that R. Kelly coerced her, forced himself upon her, gave her diseases,
Wow.
right? Yo, this is like the perfect textbook victim. Got with R. Kelly at 17, been with R. Kelly for about 5 years now, and R. Kelly kidnapped her at some point. R. Kelly gave her an incurable disease at some point. R. Kelly forced himself upon her. R. Kelly would violate her.
All right, now.
They needed to turn Azriel Clary against R. Kelly, but she wouldn't budge. When R. Kelly got arrested, she was right by his side.
My parents knew where I have always been for 4 years. They have known. They know that I've been well taken care of.
They never thought you were missing, Azriel. They just were wondering if you were okay.
Well, my parents have actually came to Chicago and seen me a few times. I've talked to them. They stopped answering my calls.
You know what they say? They say that you were brainwashed. I talked to your dad last night. He says, my daughter is brainwashed, and he's very concerned. He said he was here 2 days ago, and you wouldn't even look him in the eye.
Okay, I wouldn't look him in the eye because he's a liar, and he's a manipulative liar.
Yeah. I'll tell you why they're concerned, Azriel, because they say she's 17. We found text messages that indicated that she was having sex with R. Kelly when she was 17. Is that true?
No, that is a lie. That is a lie. I was not having sex with him at 17.
She looked at right now.
Why would they want to lie about you, their daughter?
Okay, so when I first met Robert, my parents told me to lie about my age. So when I met him, he thought that I was 18. On top of that, when I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take actual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do videos with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have...
I do remember that this was, they had, I saw this excerpt in the Surviving R. Kelly series. That thing was, that was rough. That was rough. And having this on your jacket, I feel like deserves some serious time. 30 years, I don't know, but it definitely deserves some serious time, because whether she's telling the truth or not, you know, I guess we'll learn more about that as the story goes along. She still was a very young, impressionable girl.
Blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
Joycelyn, I see you nodding a lot with what she's saying. Why are you nodding in agreement with what she's saying?
Because everything that she's saying is true. Our parents are basically out here just to get money. And
your parents, you're saying the same as saying?
Well, both our parents are basically out here and trying to get money and scam, because they didn't agree on what happened, you know, with music or wherever it could be, and they're just very upset.
This is the first time hearing, to be honest with you, that you're...
Azriel was holding it down. She was not giving up R. Kelly, but the feds knew she was a slam dunk case. They got records that her and R. Kelly met when she wasn't of age. They got records that R. Kelly gave her herpes. This was a slam dunk case. If they can get Azriel...
So clearly they saying she was lying. She was just covering for this nigga. All right.
Testimony on top of the records they have, R. Kelly is done. So the feds began to work on a plan to get her to flip. When R. Kelly went to jail, him and Jocelyn, after some time, the other girlfriend, they fell apart. Azriel was the main girl, and she was under the perception that she was the only girl. Jocelyn moved out of R. Kelly's house. Azriel was the only one in the house. She was under the perception that her and R. Kelly was now in a monogamous relationship. The feds knew this. And the feds also had access to R. Kelly's jail records. So they knew that R. Kelly was cheating on Azriel while in prison. But the feds can't just blast the records, because they are hoping you blast the records, let her know R. Kelly is cheating on her. She becomes so hurt that now she wants to retaliate against R. Kelly. But the feds can't just take R. Kelly's paperwork and post it themselves. So the feds began to devise a plan with prison officials to where they can get the information that R. Kelly is cheating on Azriel.
Here they go. Yo, if you don't believe in conspiracy theories, you are living under a rock, man. If you don't think people, oh man, they devised the plan. What's the plan, Flacco?
Out to the public. So Azriel can...
I want to do another channel about conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Let me know if y'all listen to that. Here we go.
R. Kelly. So federal correctional officers began to contact Tasha K. Now, Tasha K is my GOAT, so no Tasha K slander will be top.
They gave it to Tasha K? Let me find out Tasha K is an agent. Agent Tasha K.
In the comment section, y'all be kind. This is my GOAT. So federal correctional officers began to contact Tasha K, feeding her information about R. Kelly's jail records. Wow. They gave her emails. They gave her visitor logs. They gave Tasha K dozens and dozens and dozens of information.
Yo, shout out to Tasha K, yo. Shout out to Tasha K. You know what kind of YouTuber you gotta be for the government to contact you? Your country needs you, Tasha K. Shout out to Tasha K working with the government to take down R. Kelly. That's it. Come on, Tyler Perry, make that movie. That's a good movie, nigga. That's some shit I want to watch. Everybody trying to watch, make a woman Superman and all that shit, man. Fuck all that, man. Agent Tasha K taking down diddlers and things of that nature. Here we go.
R. Kelly that are supposed to be unaccessible information. This is not information available to the public and would never be available to the public.
Him to get on live to say that Azriel is not writing R. Kelly, really? That I gave him R. Kelly's jail records. Ask him how he...
She got the jail records. She getting sued by Kevin Hart. Nigga, I gotta get messier out this motherfucker. What am I doing? This bitch got on a goddamn pantsuit jacket, turtleneck. Give me a turtleneck.
R. Kelly's jail records. Ask him how I got the emails between Azriel.
Texturizer in her hair. All right, I'm gonna shut up. I swear to God, I'm gonna bring it back a little bit so y'all can hear it because I was fucking off. All right, here we go. I'm sorry. I had my coffee. I drank a lot of coffee this morning. Black cane, we call it.
On live to say that Azriel is not writing R. Kelly, really. That I gave him R. Kelly's jail records. Ask him how he got R. Kelly's jail records. Ask him how I got the emails between Azriel and R. Kelly. So you mean to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about? I ain't got no beef with that man at all, okay?
That's Tasha K letting Azriel Clary's father know that she got the jail records of Azriel Clary and R. Kelly emails. Now, Tasha K will go on her show and she would reveal the emails between the other girlfriend, Jocelyn, and R. Kelly.
I got some powerful information for y'all tonight regarding this.
Look at our hair. That shit like a Mrs. Softy ice cream. A black Mrs. Softy ice cream. Shout out to Tasha K, yo. She's a secret agent. Not a hair out of place. I respect it, yo. I respect it.
You know, I got people up there in Cook County. Shout out to my Cook County winos. Okay, they work. Anyway, okay. So remember I told y'all Azriel had left? She's gone. Azriel is with her pappy. She's with her daddy. Okay? Yes, Azriel is gone, but she's still not gone mentally. You know, when you're with somebody that long, she's with this man since she was, and now that he's gone away, you know, she has a lot more time to think. But the other one doesn't have a lot of time to think, because let me tell you, her and R. Kelly be in communication all day. Okay, now right now he ain't got no more minutes on his phone. He can't call her, so they, literally.
Like she's saying exactly what the government asked her to say. Yo, this shit is excellent, nigga. I never heard of such a shit. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is why Elvis went to the Navy or something, didn't he? I wonder who else has been contacted by the government. Contact me, government. What you want me? What I gotta say? What I gotta?
Shit. So let me share some shit with you.
I'm just joking. Don't contact me, please. I don't want it. I can't deal with this. Or China neither. If I put this on TikTok, just leave me out of it, nigga.
Okay, these are actual conversations between them.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put it up here because this is considered like somebody's private information or whatever. But
you saying it from the government. Shout out to Tasha K, super agent.
My word, trust me. And let me tell you, for those of y'all, I honestly thought that R. Kelly could not, like, read or write. But obviously, he can't. Well, no, he can't.
But we did hear that. We don't know. They said he can't read. They said he can't write. That's what, allegedly. I'm not in charge. I didn't. They said he can't read or write. But apparently, he sent text messages. Maybe he got somebody to do it for him.
Read because she's asking him. I'll read it to you. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Hold on real quick. Hit the wine glass if y'all having a good time.
No, nigga.
Hit the goddamn wine glass. I'm not going to read all of them to you because it's really hard to read R. Kelly's part. But let me show you what the dynamic is like and how he's talking to them.
Right.
But like I said, they don't talk to each other, Joycelyn and Azriel. So
and somewhere the girl that was holding it down, her blood is boiling. What? She watching this shit and Tasha taking her time to break it down and the feds is in the background like, yes.
Azriel to find out.
This is supposed to call who are we calling this situation? The government is doing it. You gotta call Farrakhan. You gotta call Whack 100. That's what you call. We're gonna put that into the movie.
He was calling Joycelyn the same names, even though
he showed up with his leather skin. All right, stop. Him and Edward James almost, they show up with double California skin. Them two with Bosco 100. The government's been trying to take you down.
They call him daddy, both of them, but he doesn't talk. It's really. Hold on. Okay. All right, so we get our little glasses on. Hope y'all ready. Okay. Exclusive here on Unwind with Tasha K. Robert Sylvester Kelly, 11/11/2019, 7:34:29 p.m. wrote hi, but he spelled hi, H-A-I. How are you? Now he's typing, okay? And then Joycelyn comes back and says, hey, Daddy, I'm doing good. I really need you to call me as soon as possible. He read that.
Oh, now Ezra, who had no intentions on...
Hey, Daddy. You know, shorty, what's her name? Ezra. You know, Ezra couldn't take that. Hey, Daddy. Who? But she shouldn't be that surprised. I mean, it was two of y'all together in the first place. I mean, you think she went all the way hard? I hope she ain't go all the way hard. I hope she ain't just go crazy on that nigga. Just tell everything. I can see her being mad, but I don't see how she could be that mad. Like, it's R. Kelly. You fucking R. Kelly. You don't know by now.
Testifying against R. Kelly or cooperating against R. Kelly goes in a fit of rage as she hears R. Kelly calls this other woman the same nicknames that he calls her. R. Kelly is talking to this woman as if she's the main chick, as if Azriel means nothing to him. Now, Azriel is hearing all of this from the public. So the feds' mission is complete. They was able to get that information out fast in a hurry.
With their hands clean, like, we ain't do nothing.
And they was able to enrage Israel. But I don't even think the feds knew like the level of crash out that Ezra was gonna do. So Ezra began to go in full crash out mode, bruh. Begin to become R. Kelly's biggest headache and biggest hop. She contacted Gayle King back for a second interview to expose R. Kelly and to retract all the nonsense she said in the first interview defending R. Kelly. She went on live crashing out, accusing the girlfriend of being involved with her when she was of an illegal age.
Not the girlfriend. You too, bitch. You was doing it too. Like, wait a minute.
Here, take everything else. What's yours? What's yours? What you want to take? You can take all this shit but sweats. Here, I'm gonna help you out. Oh, he don't like that. He don't like men. You just told on your own boyfriend. You just told on your own boyfriend. You like grown men in here. That's disrespectful, Zell. You know that's wrong. You know that's wrong. This is his house. You disrespectful. You're so evil. I'm not evil, baby. I need to protect myself. I need to protect myself.
She's scorned. She hurt.
Joy, you were sleeping on me at the fire.
Whoa. We scrapping. You know what's on with a girl. Girls fight always at some point. Somebody does an all-out scream. Not even a word. Just ah.
That's a song. Got it online. I know how to fight. It's nothing. Fighting at the Trump. Go ahead.
How old is R. Kelly?
Oh Lord, the fans did a number, man. The fans got this chick so upset, man. She telling on everybody, bruh. Not only telling on R. Kelly, which if R. Kelly did these things, she should have told on him, cause you are nasty. But she's also telling on the girlfriend, saying, "Hey, bruh, you was with me too. You was with me too when it wasn't legal. What you talking about?"
This nigga is 58 years old. 58? Bitches fighting over dick.
So she's telling on everybody. That's how upset she is because she found out this information. She even went on Gayle King and did a tell-all, retracting all the positive things she said about R. Kelly.
Oh, so she ended up going back on Gayle King. Fuck all that shit I said before. I got something else I'm trying to say.
About how her parents were lying or trying to extort R. Kelly. She walked it all back and told the real.
Really glad to see you again, because I wasn't sure I'd ever get.
Gayle loved that shit. She was eating that shit up. She couldn't wait. Go ahead, say it. Just tell me. Let it out.
You again.
I'm very happy to be here and see you again as well.
It feels like a full circle moment to me. When we first met Azriel Clary in March of 2019, she had been living with R. Kelly for almost 5 years and was one of his fiercest supporters.
Because you guys don't know the truth. You guys are believing some facade that our parents are saying. This is all lies for money.
Clary and enough.
She did the same act that R. Kelly did. You can tell they worked on it together.
And Joycelyn Savage told us then that they were in a relationship with the embattled R&B singer. But Clary left the apartment she shared with Kelly in Chicago 7 months after our interview.
I was lost and I felt invisible, and I gave someone that control over me to basically make me do whatever it was that they wanted me to do and act however they wanted me to act.
During R. Kelly's trial, she testified that he began using her when she was just 18 years old. At the time of the interview with us, were you afraid when you were sitting there talking to us?
I was. He did his interview first.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not.
That's how I used to cry. My mother would whip my ass for something that I know I did, but I would try to make her feel bad about whipping my ass.
Y'all, I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
He came in and he told us to be angry and be upset, and she's gonna try to do this, and you're gonna.
Oh, he told you that?
Yes, and so we.
Gayle ain't give a damn when he was screaming and shit. She was like, Robert. Yo, kill me. Why was that whole time?
Came in angry.
So he told you be angry.
Yes, and
She testified that around that same age that he gave her herpes without letting her know that he had it, which he was legally required
Surprise.
to do. So she pretty much cooked R. Kelly on that stand, and we know the story, bruh. R. Kelly ultimately went to jail based off of her testimony, to be honest. R. Kelly is sitting back as this is playing out, as he gets found guilty, he's convicted, he goes to jail. He's sitting back like, yo, this is not fair. I was railroaded. How is this allowed? Y'all released my information to get her to turn on me. This is like witness tampering, right? It has to be. So R. Kelly went on.
And that's the thing. You can't do that. You got to play by the rules. That's wow, that was a serious conspiracy. And to be caught red-handed. If this is true, this is all allegedly. I don't know. I damn sure don't want a problem with the government. Here we go.
TV, and he broke down, they're doing an investigation to locate who the BOP officers are, how they were able to access his information. And he would say, what they uncovered is shocking, and that this was a conspiracy to get him in jail.
He was illegally accessing my federal restricted law enforcement information. My jail records, meaning my recorded phone calls. The girlfriend who Tasha K showed those conversations to, mad enough, so they could turn her against me.
Right.
and have her say whatever they wanted her to say about me on the stand.
R.Kelly files an official lawsuit against the United States of America, the unknown BOP officer, because, here's the corrupt part. The prison and the government is still protecting the BOP officer. They're not revealing the identity of who handed over R. Kelly's information to Tasha K. And he's also suing the unknown John and Jane Doe BOP officers and also Tasha K. He's suing Tasha K. R. Kelly rights was allegedly violated in 2019. It's been 6 years, and the government still hasn't turned over who the BOP officers were that accessed R. Kelly's record to give.
And they not. It's probably Joe Biden himself. No, I don't know. Allegedly, don't listen to me.
Okay. That's how you know they in collusion, bro. That's how you know this was the work of the government themselves, bro. Because why they protecting the officers? More times than not, bro, you fire those officers and you put them out to dry. Y'all broke the law. Y'all got to go to jail. But the officers, not only have they not been, suspended, apprehended, they haven't been arrested, investigate. Their name's not even available yet. R. Kelly just requested, we'll get there shortly, okay? So what exactly is R. Kelly suing the government and Tasha K for? Let's go to the official. Yeah, so he's claiming, that because they give this information to Azriel Clary and her family, that right there interfered with the witness. It witness tampered and got the witness to turn against me. And that led to me losing my case and interfered with my defense. This is highly illegal. Can y'all take action? Can I at least be let go on an appeal? So far, he's been unsuccessful in being let out. Here's the crazy part that's very
because you name brand evil. Like when you reach name brand evil, it's hard to get you out. We might get you in a nicer jail, maybe, but out.
And here's where it starts getting odd. The case is still going on. Like R. Kelly, I think will win this case hands down. Is not even close. The feds did some scandalous stuff, and they're gonna pay for it. To be honest. So the feds was just forced to grant access to R. Kelly to over 13,000 records. The United States has produced more than 13,000 pages of records in response to R. Kelly's written discovery request. Now, here's where it starts to get really odd. Right after the feds were forced to hand over 13,000 pages of records in response to R. Kelly's discovery request, some strange dominoes start falling. You can make your decision. Is this a coincidence or is this directly involved with some people about to...
There are no coincidences.
Their jobs and go to jail, so people is panicking. Days after R. Kelly received the 13,000 pages of records that will uncover the truth of exactly who plotted this and how they plotted it, days afterwards, when R. Kelly responded back to the status report, 2 inmates would be lured in by prison officials to conspire to murder R. Kelly. What? Now, when R. Kelly got wind of this, here's where it starts to get...
this shit is a good-ass movie, man. This is going to be good.
Sketchy. When R. Kelly got wind of this, him and his attorney, they filed a 20-page motion for emergency release. Said, hey, bro, we just got word these prison officials are trying to murder R. Kelly to stop this information from getting out. This information that's going to expose a lot of people, cause a lot of prison officials, approximately 60, to go to jail and get arrested because they committed crimes. This is a federal prison. They committed federal crimes. They're going to jail. So one of the 60 or multiple of the 60 or all 60 is luring inmates to murder R. Kelly so they don't get exposed. When they filed that motion, almost immediately, the government files a motion to seal the document so it don't get released to the public. What are they so afraid of? Mm-hmm. What is in that 20-page motion that they know is going to stir up the public?
R. Kelly Watergate.
Man, look at corruption in plain sight.
Like the real Watergate. This is fuck the Watergate Hotel. This like holding like PP is what I'm saying.
Look at this, people. For the reasons stated in the government's motion to strike defendants' emergency motion for temporary furlough, incorporated into this motion by reference, the government also moves to seal defendants' emergency motion for temporary furlough. until such time as the court can rule on the government's motion to strike defendant's motion. Motion was obviously approved, right? We can't even see what is in that 20-page motion. It's been sealed. We can't look at it. But here's where it starts to get stranger. One of the attorneys who's been a part of this case, the assistant attorney general, he's been on this case since about 2019. The day after R. Kelly filed the motion accusing the prison officers of trying to have him murdered, once the 13,000 pages gets granted to R. Kelly, once people begin to realize, yeah, like our corruption is going to get exposed. It's not a if, it's when. It's getting exposed. All of a sudden, the attorney general resigns.
What?
He leaves? What? Motion to withdraw counsel was filed. Now, it was filed by the attorney general, the Andrew S. Botros. Now, apparently, this is the reason, okay? The undersigned assistant United States attorney who has appeared in this case is leaving the employment of the United States Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Illinois. So he just up and left. He quit. When everything is unraveling, he just ups and quit. He said, hey, bro, I'm leaving. And his motion of withdrawal was granted.
They're never going to let R. Kelly out. They did all of this because he's name brand evil. Because he beat the first case, they said, no, we need something that can stick. So you can dig up all you want, Flacco and everybody else, but they not getting R. Kelly out. I mean, maybe they will. Who knows? Because he's brought it to the light. That's the thing. That's how the movie ends when you go to the reporters. Like, people been trying to shoot you and all that other stuff all day. And at the end, you finally make it to the reporters and it breaks on the news and somebody gets handcuffed and led away. I can't wait.
Because he quit. Now, this could be innocent. This could be nothing. I'm just pointing out the things that concern me. But the rabbit hole don't stop here. It gets deeper and darker. And it's not looking good for the government. I'll be real, bro. It's looking terrible. And it's looking like how to get that boy off. The two white supremacists who are apparently part of a white supremacist gang, their name is Mikhail Glenstein and David Keith Harris. Now, they both claim they were approached by prison officials and instructed to kill R. Kelly. One of the inmates, Stein, reportedly confessed the plot to Kelly earlier this year and has signed a sworn declaration admitting the scheme. Stein claims he was promised an escape and freedom in exchange for carrying out the murder due to his terminal cancer diagnosis.
Come on, man. He was promised escape and freedom. You think Jeffrey Epstein hung himself in a... Come on, man. Conspiracy.
So one of the corrupt correctional officers who know their time is coming, they try to play on the emotion and vulnerability of this dude and let him know, hey, bro, I'll help you escape. All right? I'll help you escape if you can, bro, get rid of R. Kelly for me. But Stein knew better because Stein has had a tumultuous relationship with BOP officers for the latter part of like 30 years now. For as long as he's been locked up, it's been nothing but a battle with the BOP officers or correctional officers. So while he was serving a 16-year sentence for conspiracy to commit aggravated assault, he was in state prison in Arizona. He filed a pro se civil rights action in a federal district court alleging denial of access to the law library. This will be the first sense of corruption that Stein experienced when dealing with these correctional officers. So he filed a complaint against them. He filed it in district court. But the court was confused. The court was like, bro, you don't file this in district court. Like, you have to go through the jail, right? Like, there's this thing called the inmate grievance procedure where you have different remedies you have to go through. And then if the judge, like deny it all, and then you can appeal. And eventually you get to district court. You just don't go to district court. You have to go through, the Department of Corrections first. So Stein is like, hold on. No, I was told that I was kicked out of the inmate grievance procedure. I was told that I could no longer file. Now, the court is like, huh? That's not true. You haven't gone through nearly enough steps yet. He said, no. Me and my cellie was in our cell, and we got a letter under our cell letting me know that I was kicked out. The court is like, huh? What letter? Bring it to court. So he brings this letter to court that was from one of the correctional officers. It was a name that the court don't recognize, but the letter was essentially telling him, hey, we know you filed a complaint against these correctional officers, but you have to withdraw it from the Department of Corrections and file it with the district court because.
So the white supremacist dude had already dealt with some shady stuff from the cops anyway, because they don't really get along. It seems like they would be on the same team. I guess sometimes they intersect, but they don't really get along.